All right. Good evening. Good evening, and welcome back to our channel, Princess Seat. I thought maybe we are done with update tonight, but we got another wind of an update, and we have some questions also that are rearing up just at this time, which we need to profile some very important justices to. So today is still the 11th of October, 2025, and we have a bit of conversation right now. Just I want us to listen to, and we're going to pick up some of the questions that comes thereafter. All right, pay attention to this.
Hello, sir.
Hello, my brother.
Yes, sir. Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀.
Àtàárọ̀ ni o, family yín kọ́.
Àlàáfíà ni sá.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ẹ kú gbogbo ẹ o.
Gbogbo ẹni.
Wọ́n ga ilẹ̀ tún gbọ́ báyìí.
Wọ́n ní wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn stakeholder lálẹ́.
Lálẹ́ ṣé wọ́n rí àwọn tán náà travel sátidé?
Ẹ mọ̀ pé àbọ̀ rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Pé ẹ mọ̀ pé látọ̀hún ni wọ́n máa ṣe.
Ok, àtọ̀hún ni.
Àti South Africa ni o.
Ok, wọn ò ní wá sí Nàìjíríà.
No, wọ́n ti gbé data lọ.
Ok, ok.
Aṣọ yín ló kọ̀ lọ́rí wọn lọ́hùn tó sì padà wá.
Ok, ok.
Wọ́n sọ pé between now and Sunday ó yẹ káwọn pa ní àkórí ìgbà torí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn stakeholder lálẹ́ bí mo ṣe gbọ́.
Ok.
Ẹ mọ̀ lẹ́yìn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó tú àṣírí ìjọba ń jọyè nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ disburse. Nígbà tí wọ́n press bọ́tì wọ́n rí pé àpò ìjọba ni owó yẹn ń lọ.
Ok.
Àwọn ṣe expert jù wọ́n lọ ni wọ́n fi fura sí wọn.
Ok.
Tó dá tú àṣírí tí gbogbo wàhálà ìbọ̀lẹ̀ nìyẹn. So ohun tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn wọ́n ní ọ̀hún ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe nígbà tó jẹ́ pé it has to do with South Africa, Ghana àti one other country. So ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn wọ́n ní gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n bá rí káṣá rí aláàtì ní tiwa. That is our own substitution.
So ó tú ọ̀nà tẹ̀ báyìí.
Ó sọ. Ẹ̀yà wo títí àárọ̀ là á kúkú gbọ́ so á gbọ́.
Ọlọ́run ṣe ìyàrá.
Ẹ ṣe sà. Ó dàrọ̀ ẹ bá.
All right, thank you very much. Having listened to that particular conversation, one of the things that was reared up there was not something new concerning the payment being done from South Africa, and while this has stirred a kind of excitement and also doubt, some people are now asking some important questions. Like, can funds truly be disbursed from South Africa into Nigeria without government interference or bank issues? Now, there were two questions that was raised. This is the first one. Like, can funds be handled from South Africa straight into the country, without some interferences or bank issues? And I think the question is quite so valid, and also it shows maturity. Because before celebrating, we must understand the process and realities involved here. However, it's also important not to allow fear or doubt or confusion to overshadow the progress as already ongoing. Now, in this piece, I would like to examine the concern and explain the logic behind disbursement from another country, and also balance it with patience, understanding, and faith. And now the concern is disbursement from South Africa safe for Nigerians? It is no secret that Nigeria's banking and financial system is heavily monitored. Yes, agencies like the EFCC, the CBN, the NFIU, they keep close eyes on suspicious or large financial inflows, especially when they come from some foreign sources. So when people hear that disbursement, just like it was heard from this conversation, might come from South Africa, the first thought that comes to mind is, won't this attract unwanted attention or cause some account freezing? Yes, that is a valid question and a valid concern. But let's also clarify something very important here. Not all international transfers are suspicious or illegal. I want us to know that. When funds are properly documented and approved through legal financial channels, and also backed by recognized international partners such as these donor agencies, NGOs, or development programs. There is absolutely nothing illegal or risky about receiving them from outside country into the country. Now, what causes major bank issues or bank account issues is precisely when money enters without traceable records. For example, some personal transfers from unverified sources, like crypto washings or fraudulent channels and the likes like that. But in this case, from all indications, the disbursement is structured, and it's also formal and monitored through proper platforms. So, meaning that there's no reason to fear unnecessary account restrictions. They are all structured and monitored in a predefined form. You understand? Then another question is why South Africa? Why does it have to be South Africa this time around? We've been hearing some of these questions, coming up at our different platforms. Now, I want to say why South Africa really. The answer lies in this what is called strategic financial logistics. South Africa is one of the most economically and financially advanced countries in Africa. Of course, it has strong ties of international financial bodies, a lot to international financial bodies, including the IMF, the World Bank, and several international donor agencies. So if an international body is planning to channel African grants or funds through a specific country, South Africa is often used as the base of operation due to its banking infrastructure, strict compliance system, and also ease of international coordinations. So that's why it's like a hub, So the fact that disbursement is said to come from South Africa doesn't mean it is South African money. You understand? It only means that South Africa is the distribution hub or the first channel through which funds are processed before entering Nigeria and other nations. I hope that is clear. In fact, even when funds were planned from Switzerland, as one of the commenters, some of the questionnaire says, no one questioned that process because it was seen as international. You understand? So the same logic applies here. The origin doesn't determine the authenticity. The process actually does. I hope that explained that. Now, then I think one other concern that was raised was the fear of account freezing. The fear of account freezing. Now, let's look at it, how banks handle inflows. If a large sum enters a Nigerian bank or enters a Nigerian bank account, the bank's internal compliance department simply checks two things. There are two basic things that the banks normally check. All right, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Just shortly after this timeout, we'll continue from here. All right, thank you very much and welcome back again. Still on course. And before we went for that light break, I was asking, we put up the case of the fear of account freezing, and I was trying to talk about the way bank handle inflows, especially if it has to do with large sum entering a Nigerian bank account. Now, I was saying that the bank's internal compliance department or system actually checks two things. The first is the source of the funds, and secondly is the purpose of the funds when it has to do with a large sum of money entering a Nigerian bank account. Now, the source of the funds, that is it from a legitimate, traceable, and also verified source? That's what banks check. Then secondly, what is the purpose of the funds? Is it actually in line with what the recipient is registered or known for? These are the two basic things that the banks watch out for before it is sanctioned, or before it is actually before it is authenticated. You understand? Now, if this disbursement is routed through official channels and tagged appropriately, for instance, the NGO Community Development Fund, the Grant Empowerment Initiatives, or international humanitarian support, then the Nigerian government will see it as a recognized inflow. You understand? Because of how the channels through which it is coming from. It won't see it as a suspicious one. Even when government agencies monitor inflows, they only step in when the transaction looks like a money laundering or fraud or terrorism financing. So, but a properly structured international grant does not, it doesn't fall into these categories. It doesn't. It has a clear path. You understand? So rather than expecting problems, what should be expected is transparency, that the disbursement partners ensure proper documentation, purpose tags, and also compliance steps. And that's what actually gives both the givers and receivers peace of mind. I think that settles that. So going forward, the second person who actually responded gave a strong and faithful point that we should stop criticizing and just wait. Their statement may sound a little bit blunt, but I think it carries a truth. Constant doubt has a way it weakens faith. You can root out in 1 second what was planted in faith. And definitely once your faith weakens, it will create unnecessary tension for you. And this grand journey has already tested everyone's patience for months, for years, understandably so. People are tired of waiting. However, if the stakeholders are now meant to receive their allocations and disbursements tonight based on this particular VN as reported, then we are indeed at the final stage of this long wait. That's what I want you to know. The wise thing now to do is to stay observant, but not critical. Stay observant, stay very much hopeful, not critical. Even in project management, the final phase is always the most sensitive. And any mistake in attitude or communication can actually cause a delay. It can cause a confusion and unnecessary tension among the beneficiaries. So instead of us debating how or from where it's going to come from, I think it's better to stay calm, to stay prayerful, and also focused on ensuring that once the alert drops, every person is ready and properly informed to receive theirs without any chaos. All right. So the broader perspective to this, actually, remember that in the last earlier VN that came in from Elibu, just before this night, as mentioned, that the former president Olusegun Obasanjo reportedly played some vital role in ensuring that Nigeria remains at the forefront of this process. Whether true or not true, if it was true, that's not a small detail. That actually indicates that this entire grand operation is recognized and also supported at the very high levels, and that Nigerians' inclusion is is intentional, not accidental. Therefore, the disbursement route, whether from South Africa, from Switzerland, or any other channel or country, I think is simply part of a coordinated financial strategy, not a sign of disorder at all. If someone like Obasanjo could stand firm that Nigeria must benefit first, then clearly there's other and an oversight, behind what is happening. So it's good to discuss, ask questions, and also share our thoughts in the comment section. But there's a difference between healthy conversation, healthy discussions, and discouraging criticisms at a time like this, when updates like this come. Not everyone understands the full background. Some people may ask from the level of emotion others from experience, and also a few from insider information. So before we react, it is wise to digest and then be able to analyze and also compare the fact. So remember that he who observes too much before acting often misses the moment of fulfillment many times. So while it is good to question, it's also better to do so respectfully and constructively, not in a way that stirs doubt in others, in others who may already be on the edge of hope. You understand? So as I try to bring this session to a stop, as of tonight, if truly disbursement to stakeholders is to commence tonight according to this VN, it means that the long-awaited step has finally begun, and like every process, it must start somewhere before it spreads to everyone. And going forward, what you need to do as an expectant beneficiary, you stay calm and be prayerful. Did you just hear that? You should stay calm and be prayerful. No one can stop what is divinely appointed of God. Nobody. Then, as much as possible, avoid insult, avoid curses, avoid negative debate. That would always fuel confusion and distrust within this ecosystem. Please, it's very important. Stay grateful also. Stay grateful to God and remain expectant. Gratitude attracts more blessings. Yes, it is very possible for disbursement to be done from South Africa into Nigeria without causing any account problems, provided it's done through legitimate financial systems and official documentation, which actually seems to be the case here. This is not the time to panic or doubt. This is the time to trust the process and also believe that what a lot of people have prayed and waited for might be finally unfolding. The God who began this journey will definitely complete it. And soon enough, testimonies will replace tension. Amen. So let's stay united in faith. The alerts we've all been waiting for, they are closer than they have ever been. And when they come, no one will need to explain anymore. The evidence would definitely speak for itself. Thank you very much. I wish you a very good night rest and sleep normally. Have your good dreams, okay? Give thanks to God for what God is doing and what He will yet do, and for taking us out in a capital way, out of penury and poverty and impoverishment. God bless you. Subscribe and hit the bell. You wouldn't miss out on vital updates. Good night.